What is going on? It's Sneaky here, and that was probably a little loud. And today I'm bringing you a video about an application that I made. I've been experimenting with C Sharp, made a little application here to convert a Red Dead Redemption to photo files, the files that are created when you take a picture in game. I'm converting them to JPEG images, pretty much just trimming some unnecessary data out of the files so that you could just look at these pictures that you've taken in any application, any photo viewing application. So, what we've got going on here is you take a picture in game, it makes a little file called a PRDR, blah, blah, blah. We convert it to a JPEG image. This application also, as you can see here, I mean, look at this thing. I'm not a designer, but all right. You can also back up your files and delete the files from the default Rockstar directory. What this does is it clears up space in your camera roll. So when you're taking pictures in game, you're limited to either 100 or 200. And I promised myself I would look it up before this video, and I didn't. So, 50-50. Either way, this great application will delete them from that folder and it clears up space. So if you've got 170 pictures in there and the cap is 200, boom, convert them. It backs them up to a different folder. It deletes them from the Rockstar folder. And now you got space for 200 photos. I mean, you can't beat it. I've got a lot of information on the GitHub page here. You can look through it, and I'm not going to go through everything word for word. This isn't a audible thing where I'm going to read out to you and you sit here casually thinking, wow, what a wonderful voice. I don't think my voice is that great anyway. So we've went over what this does, why I just wanted to be able to do this myself. I figured I'd share this with other people. Keep in mind, you will get a Windows security warning, and or if you have an antivirus, which I don't know. If you're using Windows, why? I mean, Malwarebytes and Windows security stuff is sufficient. But anyway, you might get a warning if you're having issues. Disable your antivirus, and or you can whitelist the application. That should alleviate any issues that you have. This is open source on GitHub, so if you're an experienced coder, you can cringe at how bad my self-taught coding abilities are. If you have no idea what's going on, I did provide notation. You can look at the main window.xaml.cs file, and there's going to be information in there explaining briefly what each little section of code is doing. All right. I've got instructions here, a YouTube video tutorial. Yo, guess what? You're actually watching that right now. That's crazy. Currently not added though. Download the zip, unzip it into your documents folder or wherever you want. You're going to run the application. You might be asked to download .NET 5. And that link doesn't work. Yikes. All right. You might be asked, I'll have that picture fixed, but it's just a pop-up. It says, hey, you might need .NET 5 for this application to function. It's from Microsoft, so go ahead and download it and hit yes and download the x64 version. And then, we'll go over this stuff when we open the application. All right. Troubleshooting, pretty much just antivirus issues so far. I've had a couple people test it from my Discord. Thank you to those people. And if you're having an issue with it, just reach out to me. You can reach out on this video in the comments if you came from a Reddit thread and it was posted by me. Otherwise, just tag me, or on my Twitter or my Discord, whatever. All that stuff is down here on my GitHub page. All right, let's get into the actual functionality, the visuals, the application of the application. We download it. We open it. We actually go back one so we can extract it. Now, to show how wonderful this, I'm just going to minimize this. So look, you can put this folder anywhere you want. You can put it in you can keep it in your downloads, put it in your documents, put it in your music folder. If you want to be disorganized and disjointed, that's absolutely fine. Double click it, open it. We've got RDR2 photo converter application. This is what we want to run. Double click it. Boom, beautiful. Application by default should grab the standard Rockstar Games Red Dead Redemption 2 profile. This is where the picture files are stored by default. If you are a photo connoisseur and you have a bunch of PRDR files you've been backing up to your own folder somewhere, well, great. Use a custom path. You can double click, put your custom path here, and I'll showcase that later. So we're going to use the default path right now, and it looks like this. You got all these PRDR files in here. All right, so let's hit set directory, valid path found, and then we're going to go down here. We can back up the files and we can delete the files. So let's go over this. Deleting files, obviously going to delete these out of here. If you choose to back them up, they'll go into the pictures directory. So by default, It created this folder, the application did, RDR2 photos. Your pictures will be in here, your backups will be in here. So we'll back up and we'll delete. So let's go back to our profile so you can see it happen. I'm gonna go ahead and convert my files. 20 backed up, 0 duplicates, 20 converted into images, all done. Boom, you see them deleted here. And we're gonna go into the pictures folder, if I can find it. All right, RDR2 photos. I mean, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we have all the backups in here. I've set these file names up as date, timestamp, military time, and the PRDR number. The reason I did this is so you can correlate what PRDR file goes with what image in case, you want to keep them together or whatever. You can obviously rename these picture files. And I'm going to just quickly showcase using the custom path. I mean, this is literally it. It's super quick and easy. So this is my backup random, like, hey, I stored a bunch of random PRDR files here. Okay, copy the path, put the path in here, set the directory, valid custom path entered. We're not gonna back them up because these are actually duplicate files, so we don't really need to back them up. And I'm not going to delete them because these are my OG ones that I use in case I mess up this tutorial and I need to do it again, so I don't want to get rid of them. So we're just going to go ahead and convert them though. And what happens here is, since these are duplicate images, they're just going to overwrite my other images. But I'm just showing you that, hey, you can do this with a custom path. All right. So you can do it with a regular path. You can do it with the custom path. Set the directory. It'll tell you that everything is set. It'll say, hey, this is a valid path. Good. If it's not a valid path, I mean, make sure you got the actual path here. I mean, come on, it's very straightforward here. We've got the author, myself, Twitter and GitHub here. Like I said, if you need to reach out to me, go ahead and reach out on this video. Obviously, that's the quickest way. But if you need to get in touch with me, like personally, you can DM me on Twitter, check out the GitHub, create an issue, whatever. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you find a use for this. I hope it helps alleviate some of that little stress in your mind where you're like, I got to go pick and choose what photos to delete. But now you got to go through the whole Rockstar menu and it's a mess going through and trying to delete pictures. No more. All right. Have a great day.